Hello, 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 everyone. I hope that you are having a great day wherever you are. This is Lizzabitty. So, as you come in, please state your name and where you're from. Hello, Angie Silvers. Hello, hello, hello. I will play Ethiopia for a bit to give people some time to come on in here and let's get this thing popping. Yeah. In the light of the sky, a beauty that you cannot deny. Oil of the serengeti, as I watch the sunrise. I'm on away coming from. There's so much drink and storm. Ethiopia, Mother Africa. So much you look at, so much you can invest. Can't even look at. Africa is the best. So much to look at, so much you can invest. Can't even look at. Africa is the best. Ethiopia. Mama Kabuya, Africa's my forever. Ethiopia. Okay. Ethiopia, Mama Africa. Can't even look at. Africa is the best. Woo! All right, all right, all right, all right. So, everyone, welcome to the stream here. This is your host, Lizzabitty. So, I actually changed the topic. I was going to get into some tips and things that you need to do as you start your countdown if you are repatting anywhere, not just on Alkebulon, but repatting anywhere. And then I came across something today that disturbed me in my being, and I said, I want to talk about that. And if those of you maybe want to come on for a bit and have some time to chat it up, we can do that. But what disturbed me in my soul is so many people seem to be so concerned about others that want to repat to Africa. And then when you ask them what they're doing, all you get is what? Crickets. All you get is crickets. So I'm not really understanding what's going on. These dumb celebrities. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm calling them. These dumb celebrities that want to talk about what people are doing in terms of repatting to Africa makes no sense. How does what I'm doing affect your personal life? Now, I'm just asking for the church. You all can be sure to let me know if what I am doing affects your personal life in terms of my particular reasons for leaving or whatever. How does that affect you? That should not be affecting you. But what I am noticing is that there seems to be so much vitriol, angst, disdain, denigration, degradation when it comes to us saying that we are repatting due to a particular person on this outlet called YouTube. And I guess this person is making some headway because he contends that no, we all are indigenous, what we call Native Americans, if you will, aka Indians. It's not making any sense to me. And for him to continue to say that he is tired of people talking about this, plug up your damn ears then. Plug up your ears. This space is not going anywhere. And whether you believe or not that Alkebulon, meaning the mother of mankind, is what she is, we don't want you to come anyway. And he probably can only count one time one time if he's ever even been on the continent. These people kill me. They make all of these notes and points, but yet without Alkebulon, they would cease to exist themselves. It just is what it is. All of the pilfering and trade that goes on with the continent to the rest of the world. So while they continue to speak ill about repats going to Mama Alkebulon, we over here getting things done and mapping out our plan and trying to be solidified in what we do so we don't have to come back. But I don't know if you all are very, very, very aware of this. I want to say back in the 60s, the 50s or the 60s, the government had stated that one of the biggest threats to the world and to the U.S. itself, guess what it was? Pan-Africanism. You don't have to believe what I say. Google is your friend. So even back then, someone knew that us coming together as a unit, as a whole, being collective for a common goal, the strength and magnitude and power in that and what it could do. Also, note this. Kwame Nkrumah, as well as others, when they were in Harlem, in New York, and they met up with Marcus Garvey. Okay? Remember, Marcus Garvey, his original intent for coming to the U.S., I want to say it was about him starting up a school. But when he got here, meaning to the U.S., he realized that melanated people were hurting. And so you have a lot of continental African men who were in the U.S. during the time of Marcus Garvey, and they met this man. And he helped to shape their ideologies as it pertains to Pan-Africanism. Now, I'm going to say this to you, because I don't necessarily use titles on myself to say that I am a Pan-Africanist, although people tell me that I suit the definition of it. What I am is merely a little old black woman that loves black people. That's what I am. That's what I am. Now, in saying that, I feel and recognize how important it is for us as a unit, as a structure of one, to get on a common goal. And I've never came on here to tell you all that would be an easy feat. It would be easy at all. I've never said that. I am very clear-minded about what goes on the continent as well as what goes on in the West. I'm very clear about that. But what I also recognize is, one, there's unity in numbers. And we can make a larger impact in larger numbers versus smaller numbers. Whatever that goal is that you're trying to seek, together we make a better impact. Now, that's just what it is. Okay? Even when you go back to the civil rights movement and what went on in America during that movement, a lot of the polarization came when the numbers increased. Yeah. When you think of the Montgomery bus boycott, they boycotted the bus company for what, 17, 18 months? Now, granted, it was slow to start. The numbers weren't there. But over time, they worked out a system. And then the bus company did what? It bent the knee and said that they can sit, us, melanated folks, we can sit anywhere we want to sit on the bus. Why? Because they were losing vast amounts of money. So at the end of the day, money talks and everything else walks. What I will say to you is this. If people are continuing to speak derogatory and they want to denigrate you, because if they ask you what do you have going on in your life, well, I'm trying to make this trek to my final resting place in my vocabulary, and they want to denigrate whatever you're saying about that, your move that you're making, you know how to get them in check. Now, maybe you're a person with a personality that maybe you don't say much and you just ignore them, or maybe you're a loudmouth Lenny like myself and you might want to get with them. Mm-hmm. But I'd say something real slick to them, especially if it comes to the point of contention about them wanting to say, okay, that I'm tired of hearing about people going back. And you've never been. Or you went to one place and that's your ideology about the entire continent of all these different sovereign nations. That's the point right there. Our determination as a whole, as a collective, meaning those in the diaspora with those continental Africans, equals power, prowess, strength in many things. Agriculture, tech, education, medicine, etc., etc., etc. All of that. But don't let these people come with their idiotic thoughts about what's happening here, okay? People have two choices. Two choices of things that they can do. If you don't want to go, then don't go. That's choice A. If you want to go, prepare yourself. That's choice B. And going there could mean anywhere. Maybe you don't want to come on to Alkebulan. You want to go on down to Central America. Wherever you're going, it's going to require planning from you. Understand that. It is going to require planning and resources. Even if you stay in damn America, that is going to require planning and resources. See, you're never going to get away from that. You're never going to get away from it. Wherever you go, it's going to require you to have plans and resources. So don't let these people, but see, some of us too, we are so caught up in what these celebrities say. So caught up. How can we stop all of the derogatory talk amongst continental Africans and those in the diaspora with this kind of rhetoric? All this does is fuel the fire. But yet when it comes to other people or other ethnicities, they get real quiet. Especially with this particular person. You all go over here and support this man's media company, but you don't come over here with the black YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know why. It's because we don't have millions of followers. Even though it's possible that you could go onto a smaller channel and cause their channel to explode. But you go over to that man. Yeah. But you're concerned about what your melanated brothers and sisters are doing as it pertains to Mama Keblan. That has nothing to do with you and your being. Nothing. It is just asinine. And so you got people who listen. For those of you who are out there watching and who would catch the replay, let me put the plug in here. First, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Lizzabitty channel. The second, if you look in the description bar, There are several resources down there. Click on some of those resources. Also, Shop Knickknacks has a code hashtag Lizzabitty, and you will get a free item if you go into the website and shop. But there's also a resource down there with different Black history articles. Once you click on that Google Drive, it will explode into all kinds of, resources, as well as things for mathematics, English, science, etc. if you need some assistance with your children. So go hit those links in the box and go on over there and enjoy yourself. This is all Black, melanated, melanin, melanation. The melanation for the melanated people. Hello. But these people, don't let this be a fad for you. I say this because I'm going to use Ghana, okay? You have people from the diaspora who have been living in Ghana that came from the West for 10 plus years, some 20 plus years. The same in the Gambia, the same in Senegal, etc. Lots of countries, South Africa, who've been doing this before it became, I don't want to use the word popular, but I guess that's what it is, popular. So as you see different videos that you will find on YouTube, okay, don't allow popularity sway you to go elsewhere. Because the second big movement that's coming on, trendy. Yes, thank you, trendy. The next big things that's happening, that's coming up, is this huge movement to tell us that we are indigenous to America. Now, let me explain something to you, and you all can go and research this on your own. I am not the authority. I am nobody's historian. I am a reader, but I am no one's historian. So you could clear up any inconsistencies that I may have. Okay? According to archaeologists and anthropologists, at one time, Earth was one landmass that was surrounded by water. So basically, you could say that is a what? An island, if you will. At some point, through natural occurring, it could be earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, as the Earth's core began to shift and move, this once unified landmass began to do what? Okay. And so it is likely, even though these historians, these anthropologists, okay, the ones that look like us and they look like their counterparts, the others, have all said life started in Alkebulan. Now, you go and research that for yourself. Okay? You can use deductive reasoning to know that if the landmass began to break up and the one big landmass was what we call modern day Africa, if people were there and began to move with the land masses as the land was breaking up into different sections, of course those people could be indigenous to those particular parcels of land. But at the end of the day, where did we originate from before all of that stuff started going on? When it was one gigantic landmass. Now, you don't need me to tell you any of this. You go and research for yourself. If you are hungry, you should seek knowledge and you will be fed. Now go eat. You go eat. You go eat. But Don't allow these new movements to get you off your square. If you have, I said this last live. I was supposed to go live the other day. I got tied up with something. I was at the Opera House. Listen, do not allow these people to get you off your square and make you think that the way that you're going is incorrect. Ask them when was the last time they've been on a continent, and to name you several nations that they've been to. I don't hear nothing about no one city. It's kind of like how I always say, people say, well, I've been out the country, I've been to the Caribbean. Now, I'm not trying to be funny because, I love me some Haitians and some Jamaicans. My point is, those are places as us from damn America, we can hit all the time just like this. Go a little bit further. How about you hit South America and hit Guyana? Or Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. Go a little further. But you all got so much smoke for people who are minding their own business, doing their own thing about where they making their final resting place. Most of the people who are deciding to leave from wherever they are in the West are doing so, one, because they are trying to seek a different way. They are trying to seek a different way. If the way that your parents were doing it and they got no resolve, and you've been living it up to your age, let's say you 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and it's still the same, even as a parent, you tell your kids, try something different. Don't keep busting your head. Try something different. You are hurting for whatever reason you are and want to talk about what we're doing. No. I'm going to tell you what they're not doing in certain places, and why us continental Africans and the diaspora got to come together. As I have talked about the food supply. I mean, that's the biggest thing for someone like me. The food supply. So I'm not interested in any of this man's shenanigans and him talking ill. If he thinks that he is indigenous to the America, then he needs to just stay where he is. He needs not go anywhere else. Now, what I would like to know, though, is when he tries to go into some of those sovereign nations that are in the America, if they're going to accept him as being one of them. Because I am sure that you all are very familiar with the Osage murders out of Oklahoma and what happened to those people. And a lot of these people now who are claiming to be indigenous, they don't look like us, because the real indigenous ones, they looked more melanated. Even so, they were also used to hunt down slaves. But let them tell it, slavery is a farce. Now, you all know that I don't even get into that because that's only a small set of our history. We come from and originate from greatness. We have just got ourselves in such a debacle, and trying to get out of it has become difficult. But we need the same perseverance that those of the Montgomery bus boycott had for a little over 17 months to bring the bus company to their knees, to bring all these other folks to their knees. And trust me, it can be done. But we have to have resolve, be resilient, and be focused in what our main goal is. It's funny. I was telling someone that if continental Africans and diaspora, if we keep business, get on with the business, all that other stuff is by the wayside. But we have just allowed other people's divisiveness to join our minds and become divisive for us, that we just can't get it together. We just can't get it together. We cannot. But stop following these entertainers and stuff. Malcolm X has already spoken. Okay? He's spoken. And if you don't like Africa, baby, You don't like yourself. That's it, period. That's it. Especially when you got stuff in your home from everyday uses with trade with these other nations who are doing manufacturing, it's coming right out of her. But you want to speak ill about her. And if she didn't exist, neither would you. How do you like those apples? Now, I'm going to get some of these comments. I'm going to get to some of these comments. But before we get to the comment, we're going to have a commercial. Be right back. And we're back. And remember, if you use the code hashtag Lizzabitty, you will get something. Hashtag Lizzabitty. So I'm going to go through the comments. If someone wants to join me here on this stream, you let me know. I will put the link in the description. So let's go back up and let's see what everyone is saying. DC, welcome and thank you. He's a nobody. That's who he is. Thank you, Cherie. Thank you. Hey, Frank. My sister T. Rich. Yes. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. We have it. We are just so afraid to use it. We have it. Trust me. We have it. But we're afraid to use our power. We are afraid. And if you remember the last time I was on live, I talked about how we allow fear to basically promulgate and perpetuate things in our lives to keep us from doing other things. It will stop you from doing everything because you are so paralyzed with it. I shouldn't. I can't. I shouldn't. I can't. All right, let's see what Sister T. Rich is saying here. It's so strange that people want to be where you're not happy, not appreciated. Exactly. I'm like, why is this even in his mouth? You're not going. So shut up. You're not going. So why are you? I'm tired of hearing about people talking about they going back to Africa. I'm going to tell you all a quick story real quick. And some of you all may know this. My first time in Egypt, I took myself for my 30th birthday. As you know, I am a seasoned woman. But I took myself for my 30th birthday. I was there for a month. And I had heard this, like, you know how you hear things, but then you don't really dig into it. But I had heard some rumblings about this particular practice before. That if you want to find organs and things, on the black market, that's where you should go. That a lot of the countries in that particular region, that's where they go to get black market harvesting. You got me. Okay. And so it didn't bother me at all. They had propaganda out there that people would get kidnapped and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. I was walking around all parts of Egypt at night by myself. I'm sitting right here. Hey, y'all. Hey, how you folk doing? So imagine with that going on, if I allowed that to stop me from what I'm doing or never going. And I've been all over the entire country, especially the north, which in terms of cardinal directions is the south. But because of the way the Nile flows, that is considered the north. To see the Nubians, the people that look like us. Like me. Yeah. But I'm only saying that to say, what if I had allowed that to stop my progress and not go, even though I had read all these books and had gotten all this knowledge and all this stuff, and I wanted to see and see and see and see and see, then I never would have made it. I never would have made it. And so when he wants to come and talk about this stuff and continue to be divisive, because that's a lot of that's going on right now. There's a lot going on in terms of hatred with continental Africans against those in diaspora, and the diaspora against continental Africans. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on. All right, so let's see here. Okay, let me see. Lenders, not rulers. Leaders, rulers. Oh, of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Yes, Zoo. Yes, clout chasing at its finest. Actually, at its lowest. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Synovia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Exactly. You know what, my sis here, T Rich. Remember, a lot of us are not readers. We're not. And so we don't know a lot of things, but we've always been nomadic. You know, my sister Sherry talks about me in terms of when I speak a lot of times about the Zulus, but the Zulus as well as the Himbe tribe, these people moved. They moved all over the place. But no, we've always been that way. We always have been. And so even when you talk about continental drift, listen, this is something that you folks should have learned in the 5th and 6th grade. Don't listen to what I say. Google is your friend. And some of you folk are old enough where you still have encyclopedias in your house. Matter of fact, if you do, and you come into Mama Kevulon, don't give them away. Keep that, okay? And then if you got some you want to sell them, hit me up on the email, onelizzabitty@gmail.com. All right, let's go. Here we go. We got Sherry here says most people go to Jamaica and never leave. Oh, that too. Totally agree. Yes. See, we got into this food supply business last live. We surely did. Yes. Leaders, not rulers, want to claim everything else but Africa. Exactly. You remember in the last live I talked about these high-end black designers. Remember, even Malcolm talked about how you have some house Negroes. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. That they need the acceptance from the 2520 more than anyone else. And so they will do everything to get that to be, it'd be like stroking a comb in your hair, like stroking your ego, just so you can get mere pittance. And as I've said to you, you know, the people in my age group, our parents, as well as their parents, a lot of that stuff became a disservice to us. Integration ain't helped nobody. It's a sad truth. Sometimes you have to go ahead and admit some of the wrongs that were perpetuated on us, meaning the children, because our parents just didn't know. They only know what they know at times. They only know what they know. And so they'll do things, but then when they get the aha moment, it's like, oh my goodness, I made the wrong choice. And some will admit and some others won't. Yes. Some will admit and others won't. Okay. Oh, thank you. Blind guy, his wife, their life. Let's see here. Made it back with your organs and all. Exactly. Imagine that. Imagine I came back. No one pulled me into an alley. I'm walking about on my own at night. fettered. But they will have you think, and I'm not saying that stuff wasn't going on, but a lot of times, for yourself, things depend on how you move. I've been a traveler. I've been a traveler. I'm thinking about traveling alone. Oh, excuse me. Okay, for quite some time. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Give me a second. Uh, so even though a lot of the times on different places I have gone, I have traveled with a lot of men as well, but I've traveled alone to a lot of different places. And maybe it's my personality. I tell my sister Sherry this all the time. I'm not a scary person like that. Now I may do some little crazy stuff here and there, but I'm not a scary person. And so what would scare most people, I don't know. I'm just not a scary person. That's all I can say. I'll say that for right now. Some things are not for public consumption. But in saying that, since I have traveled alone, I have not found myself in situations where I was compromised. I mean, I'm not saying this stuff doesn't happen. I've heard the stories. I know people that work in some unique fields. I've seen some stuff. I only can speak about me, that it has not happened to me. So in saying that, I don't allow the fear factor to take over me. I mean, I'm trying to get myself on at least to the last continent so I can say I hit all 7, because I want to go to Antarctica. People are like, girl, that's too cold. Listen, we are resilient people. Okay? I need to get to Antarctica, cold or not. So I'm not fearful of that. So that has allowed me to be very open to more places that normally some people probably would shy away from. Because I'm telling you, the year that I went, my first time to Egypt, I've been to Egypt twice. That's when a lot of this stuff was going on. I mean, and people who had never been trying to get in my ear. Well, why do you have to go so long? Because I need to be in the culture and see what's going on. That's why I need to go for so long. I'm not going to Egypt to spend 8 and 9 days. Nope. That place is too big. You cannot see every inch, every part in 8 and 9 days. If you do, you're going to run yourself crazy. Ooh, you would run yourself crazy. It's likely, but man. So I just say this. Don't allow people to get you off your square. Don't follow these puppets who doing all this talking. And I bet you he can't run down his passport and let me know where he's been. Or the places that he's been, they probably look like. He can't say anything about the people that control him. He can't. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what? They're going to yank his check. That's what's going to happen. And now if he's not afraid to lose it, then hey, good deal. But most people don't live like that. Most people are afraid. Most people are afraid. They are afraid. Now I understand the afraidness if you are a parent, because you have people that rely on you. But I have never personally been afraid. But somebody come in here and tell me boom, 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 boom. Just the way it is. I don't live my life that way. And I can't say that was instilled and engrossed in me per se. I can't. It's just me. All right, let's go back to some of these comments over here. Let's see. Hey, Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. It's lots to see. Lots to see. Let's see here. Blind guy, his wife, their life says a lot of travelers say that they realize the world is safer than. Of course, that is so true. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Brazil. I used to hear before I ever set foot in South America, not only just say to Brazil, but to other countries on that continent. People would always talk about the favelas. Huh? How dangerous. How dangerous. I ain't had not a nary problem. Yes, stuff goes on. Stuff goes on. But I hadn't had any problems. And I'm not out there. I'm not a flasher, if you will. I'm not a flasher to go to these places and show myself with, I got this ice, I got this shoe, I got this purse. I don't do that. I don't do that. And back in those days when I was traveling throughout South America, I traveled real light with a lot of black men folk, and had a great time in all these different countries. But I'm not telling you that there's not some level of danger anywhere you go. I mean, you sit right there in damn America. It's kids that are asleep in their bedrooms and they get eviscerated because of what somebody's doing on the street. But then these same people want to tell you about a place that they've never been and all the crime, blah, 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 blah. It's crazy. And it's interesting too, blind guy, his wife, their life. A lot of times what you will find is that there will be a lot of misconceptions about some of these places because they don't want us to go. They don't want us to go. They don't want us to go. Okay? So, now if anyone wants to come on, let me know. I'm only going to be in for an hour. I'm not like my bro over there, the lead attorney, but I love his show. I don't know if you all ever watched that show. Go over and check him out. I love his show. The Lead Attorney. Yes. But other places too, my sister, other places other places as well. Because what they're going to do is the same people who are trying to tell you don't be going somewhere, they have never gone anywhere. They haven't gone anywhere. They set their behinds right where they are, but they're going to tell you about what is and what isn't. I mean, it is just maddening that there is just so much banter and so much negativity about what other grown folks are doing in regards to themselves repatting elsewhere. Like, how does my moving affect you? I'm trying to figure this out. I mean, do we live in a duplex and I own it? I'm getting ready to sell it. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, why are you so pressed? Why are you pressed? You don't have to go. Don't go. This ain't for everybody. It's not. In every race, somebody's left behind. No, everyone's not first, baby. Everyone's not second, and everyone's not third place. There's always someone fourth, fifth, sixth, etc., etc., etc. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. That's what it is. Let's see here. Miss T Versation says, "Greetings, Lizzabitty. You're so right. I had to train to Mexico City for 6 weeks, and all I heard from my people is, yes, child. I'm telling you, it is nerve wracking with their foolishness." Leaders, not rulers, says Europeans and Asians are now tracing their roots back to Africa, acquiring land resources based on that. We still have Africans like Jamal that refuse to identify with Africa. Listen, leaders, not rulers. I don't need him to identify with nothing. But what I do want him to do is to shut the hell up. See, I don't need him to identify with nothing. He can identify with ceramic tile. You got me? But what he needs to do is not be concerned with the folks who say they are going and they're giving content to others to help them along the way. Now, that's what he needs to do. Shut up. Because you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Just like you remember, I don't know if you were here, Leaders Not Rulers. On the last live I did, I was talking, the premise, the beginning of the video, if you go back and watch that, is talking about how we as melanated folks are going to be locked out of the new wealth gap. It was nothing about nobody moving there or any of that. Now, later on the line, because I was reading people's comments and we got to that place. But I was talking about how there's been several instances in time that we have been locked out and we have not become millionaires because of our own naivete. The dot-com bubble that they said would never happen. And here we are to this day, right here in 2021. I'm using the internet to talk to you guys with video. So that kind of thing. But he's sheep. He likes being led. And I'm a leader. I mean, there's room for both. Followers and leaders, there's room for both. But he needs to go head on over there with all that. You know. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, let me get the link. Hold on. Let's see. Copy. Let me drop it right here. Let me drop it. Okay, my sister Sue Huyini says, everyone not going to get says, here to call. But you know what? And that is so true. The contention is, this is not for everybody, because some of us have things that we need to get cleared up out our systems first. So when you decide to make the trek, clean it up first. Everybody's not going to do this. Some of us are so infatuated with another. It would be like cheating on your girlfriend. The current girlfriend, oh, she's nasty and she mistreats them. Remember, I had a series called The Loveless Abusive Relationship. Okay? I need to bring that back up again. The Loveless Abusive Relationship. So you don't want to cheat on your current girlfriend or boyfriend called damn Erica to go over to Alkebulon or wherever you're trying to get to because of the fact that what? You feel like you cheating on them. You feel like you cheating on your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Is that what it is? I mean, I'm just asking. Tell me all about it. I'm just asking. Is that what it is? So yeah, it's something to think about. It is something to think about. Okay. But yeah, if you want to come on, there you go, blind guy, his wife, their life. But don't let nobody get you off your square. People ask some of the most ridiculous questions about this. And you just like, oh my goodness. I mean, it makes no sense. But we can't listen to these people. People will always try to knock you off your A game. You could be doing something as simple as going to a certain store that you like to go to. And they'll tell you, don't go over to that store. Now, here's what's funny. So Cherie and I all over Ghana. Okay? And I'm a person, it's in my nature. It is in my nature to, okay, here we go. Hey, sister.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Let me get my mic together. I was so excited to get in here. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing great.
Great. I was going to tell them this quick story. I was saying that Cherie and I, all over Ghana and hitting different spots or whatever, but I'm a person because I like to support these businesses, right? So sure, I'll find a place that once I like it, I will stick there. But at first, I have to go to all these others to patronize them first, right? And she was like, no, Liz, you got to stop. Let's just go over here. I'm like, It's not in me just to do that at first.
Right.
It's just
Right.
not in me. I have to hit all the spots. Now, granted, some of the spots I may have gotten burned on, but all I'm going to say is I won't go there again. But that's going to
Yep.
be you going on your own to find and seek it yourself. I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, don't go to my girl Laquita's shop." No, you go check Laquita out first. Now, if she's not solid, then you stop fooling with her.
I
But
do the
yes,
same
I was
thing.
doing that. I was driving Cherie crazy. Okay.
You know what? I feel you. I do the same thing. I try not to give negative comments about my people. It's just the code. It's the code you follow. Let them
Yeah.
find out for themselves. And if it's horrible, yes. If it's absolutely horrible, if there's something going on, Corey's saying hello.
Hey. Oh, Blind Guy Records. What's happening? Who you
Yeah.
signed today?
Let's see. I think I got a new hip hop artist called Lizzabitty.
Would it be hip hop or would it be some jazz?
It'll be jazz hop. It'll be jazz hop.
Oh, jazz. Corey, I don't think you're gonna make any money if you're gonna do that. I don't think you're gonna make any money, my G.
You never know. Mumble rap. If you can mumble on a rap record and make a hit, I think we can do anything these days.
Hey. Now that is true. That is true. But I was just saying, Laquita, we as a people, because we like to follow, we like a lot of identity crap that goes on. And when it comes to these celebrities and stuff, which is the same mess they were doing back in the 60s and in Malcolm's day, and he said, stop following these folks. But we tend to follow them, and some of the rhetoric that they put out, it is just ill. It is just ill. It's not good at all. And I'm just saying, he wants to put out, I'm tired of people talking about they moving to Africa. Well, then close your damn ears.
Right.
I mean, it's real simple.
So here's the thing, Lizzabitty. I'm glad you're catching Corey up. He just took the kids to the store to get some coffee. I tried to make coffee after we got off, and then I realized I had run out. So he just came back. So thanks for updating him, because I said, I'm going to hop in here real quick, Corey. He said, okay, I'll come say hi. And then I told him that XDMC is in there talking trash about him already.
Right. Exactly. You see him right here. Okay, exactly. Oh, that's Exodus. Walk right into what? Hey.
So I do
look.
Go ahead.
Here he is right here. Go ahead, Laquita.
Yeah, that's his comment, Corey. Ain't nobody got time come to see you, Otis. How you say it?
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Yes. So here's what I wanted to jump in here and say. I'll just be honest. Listening to him say that is one of those ignorant statements that you say out of ignorance. I'm tired of hearing everybody say go back to Africa. I used to say stuff like that because I didn't.
Mad because you can't go.
Boom, mad because you can't go. You know what I mean? Like we would say to ourselves, oh yeah, we're gonna go. We would make plans. We're gonna do this. We would make plans, and then we would let other things derail us. Yes. Oh, we have this happening, we have that happening. And
you wouldn't stop having children.
He's talking about I wouldn't stop having children. Because you know what? He is so
right. Because you do that on your own. I got it. Because you do that on your own. Immaculate conception.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he's right. I was having
I was Horus and she was Isis.
Anyway. So yeah, it was one of those things where we were like, oh, okay, let's get this ready for our work, our career here, there, and everywhere. Corey and I, we've been together forever, 29 years. Mm-hmm. And so we've only now are we finally getting to the halfway mark. Half of the time that we've been married, we've had kids. We've been married 21 years. We've been together 29. So my point is that we had lots of time to work together, to plan together, and we were doing things that we wanted to do. And Africa was in that plan. And instead of us just going ahead and going right then, we would take other opportunities that were here, not realizing that this was the place that was keeping us sick. This was the place that was keeping us stuck. So then when we started to have kids, because our oldest is now 14, that's when we said, well, okay, you got to do certain things that you feel like, okay, well, we have both of our parents were still alive. His mom and dad, my mom and dad. Oh, let's make sure they see the grandparents. Still thinking about other things instead of, us. And then, of course, you need that family support, or at least you think you do, because as we move forward, we found other people who they had gone to this country or that country with a 2-year-old, with an infant, with a whatever. And so we, like Corey said, mad because you realize that, wait, I should have just went on and went this time or that time. And And so it's like, I'm sick of people talking about, but I never said I'm sick of hearing about people going to Japan. I never said that. I never said I'm sick of people going to South
Exactly.
America, to Chile, to what, you know what I mean? And it's that whole, and then you finally wake up one day and say, oh, they really did pull the pillowcase over me and, take it off after they had driven me to a different place and just had me in a complete dream state, the wool over my eyes and all these other things you want to call it. But it's messed up. It's just self-hate at the end of the day. That's all it is. Not realizing, not knowing yourself, not knowing your worth, not knowing, like you said in the earlier on about the continents, now they're drifting, and they want to keep us drifting away from our roots. Oh, y'all's roots are right here. Wherever you are, this is where you are. And you got so many of us saying that. Yeah, because look how far that is. Ain't no way in the world I could have came across that water. Look, stop, y'all. Stop. So that's all I came in here to say, because I have
it's interesting you say that as well, because there's a lady that I cannot think of her name on Instagram. When you talk about, when the family dynamic added into it, and she and her husband, they have 3 children now, but they started traveling the globe when the first child was 7 months old.
See?
Yes.
See?
And they're nomadic. They go everywhere.
Wow.
Hold
on, y'all.
People ask
Lizzabitty, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I had to look. It's a white lady with a case of waters on her head walking down the street. You know how you have black people.
She learned how to carry stuff on her head now.
I mean, a whole case of water. I can't even carry. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
She ain't white. She off white.
She got to be off white. She looked like a continental. What in the world? See, they even got our stuff doing it here. Oh my goodness, I got to get to Africa. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Lizzabitty. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's amazing. Y'all girls come.
But I'm just saying that couple with their children, they are nomadic, and so people used to ask them when they first got. So I found them as a fluke. People used to ask them, like, how are you moving around with these small children? Because their children, it's not like there's huge years of age difference between the 3 children.
Right.
And they just did it. They just did it. I think they are in Bali now, or is it Vietnam? I think they're, excuse me, either one of those. But again, I think too, as well as life, but the fear factor plays a big role for us. The fear factor plays a huge role for us.
Yeah.
Because we allow people, like you were saying as well, to get in your ear and tell you these things. But don't let anybody let you get you off your square, especially some buffoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
exactly.
buffoon. With the negative rhetoric. I mean, how is it that if thousands of Black Americans decide that they are moving to Africa, how does that even affect his life? It does not affect him at all. But yet he wants to insert himself.
But that's the
thing. And just like you said, he's not going to tell people that he's tired of hearing about moving to Japan. He's tired of not moving to Malaysia, moving to South America, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's not going to say that stuff.
Right. Never.
He's not. Never. But that's what. But see, that's what we do. It's a lot of tearing down. It's a lot of tearing down, and he, I feel like because maybe it's trending a bit. He feel like he gonna put his 7 cents in, but we didn't ask you for your damn 7 cents.
Take it back.
Take it back. I got my own change, bruh.
Right.
But I kind of gotta wonder, and sometimes I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but when you get rhetoric like that from somebody, you kind of gotta wonder: has somebody promised you something to say these types of things, to make these type of disparaging and discouraging remarks? Because it'd be funny to see how where is he getting funded, or if is his channel monetized, and if so, how fast was it monetized? Because there are some people that will be agents if the right amount of money comes along. Now, speaking, that's just my little conspiracy theory, but speaking to the fear factor, I was the one that really, I think, held us back from going to Africa after we had the children when they were young, because I'm like, a blind man, his wife, and a baby. I don't know about that, going to a foreign country now, because experiences when we just traveled locally through the airlines, it's like that was a challenge enough. And I was like, doing this internationally with a baby, I don't know. And so I think, that fear,
And it was Corey, the one that was always getting the stereotypical treatment of, okay, we got a black guy, he's got a stick. Okay, that's his walking stick, y'all. But we got a black man, he's got a stick, he's dark skinned with facial hair. All this, if he would have had locks, we might have never made it through any airline ever in the States. Because they would stop
But you
him.
know what?
They would stop him.
But you know what, LaQuita? That could have also, it could have gone both ways. I hear what you're saying, but it could also have been where you blew up as well.
Look, we know
Think about native born.
Right. That's what somebody in the comments
and your situation being unique as well with Corey. You just never know, because a lot of times uniqueness draws people as well, because they would have been wanting to hear more about Corey's story and all of this, as well as you guys' love story. So, it could have been, but that fear, that little amount of fear.
Yep. You were all
kept
right.
You. Yes.
It kept us right. And that kept us spending our money in other countries, traveling to other countries, going to resorts, like you said, saying, "Oh, I went to Jamaica." Okay, but you were at the resort, or you were on the cruise ship, you were in port, And meanwhile, thinking to ourselves, because this is the story we've been told, the commercials are telling us, travel. Whenever you see the travel advertisements, there's always a beach. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What if I don't like the beach? What else is there? Because Corey's not a beach person. But meanwhile, because that's what we were told, and we're here, we were living that life. We were doing it. And then, like you're saying, in hindsight,
people like XDMC making them commercials.
Right.
Right.
Telling me to work on my tan on the beach.
So I mean, you're right though. That fear. The fear, and then the compilation of listening to the loud voice, in your ear, whatever's the loudest. Okay, let me just let that grab my attention. Let me just turn around and follow that. And it's sad because, like you're saying, you have a buffoon talking, but that if that buffoon has a loud voice, if that buffoon is repeating it, repetition is the mother of learning. So what are the people going to learn?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing that too.
And people look
yes.
for what they want.
It's funny too, just because people, he doesn't want to hear about people moving back to Africa, but it's the same thing like what you were saying about going elsewhere. He's not speaking anything about that, but I bet you he'll go over and watch those huge white YouTubers with all of the hundreds of thousands of followings, the different places that they're going. I bet you he's over there watching them.
Yep.
But you're concerned about a few thousand people. We haven't even hit the millions of mark yet.
Yeah.
But you're concerned about a few thousand people and what they're doing. And it has no direct impact on what he got going on. He's just stupid. But see, it goes back to these folks talking about that they are indigenous natives and all this stuff. Because this is a thing that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that's going on right now. It's becoming really, really popular, so, but no one, who is this? Arawilo. Arawilo. What name is? Hold on, someone here. Anyway, it's over an hour. I am so proud of my courageous son who will be going to Rwanda next month, going with his wife and their 5 children. Wow. They are all over this country. Want to be in Mother Africa. Yes.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Ms. Yetta B, she's been talking about that. Ms. Yetta B has been talking about her son traveling, and it's just so good to see it realized. He's now in that a few thousand people that's being talked about, but hey, get it done. Go live your life.
I'm just saying.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye because I got to do some work before I get beat up by the
Yes, I'm getting ready to log off. It's at an hour.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for
coming on. And for those of you who are joining us, we will see you on Monday. Monday, we will do the list about what you need to be doing at your house. For those of you who have not, if you go over to Exodus 876, he has some short videos about property selling, basically downsizing your home as well. Go over and check him out. I will get on his name here so you can see how he spells his name. And I will say goodbye to my guests here. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to play
Thank
our
you.
commercial. And so if you all go and check him out, because he has, as I said, several videos about moving and downsizing, excuse me, because he and his family, they have relocated back to Jamaica. So thank you for joining us today. Excuse me. I don't know. I think it's the water. I'm going to play the commercial and Lizzabitty is out. You all have a good one. Remember, hashtag Lizzabitty and you would get a discount at the Nick Knackery Company. Peace and hair grease. Here we go.